Right, so that's exactly what I expected. There is an animated Firefly TV series in development. It's just been announced at AwesomeCon. Nathan Fillion has confirmed this. The cast of Firefly are going to come back to do the voices of the characters in this new animated Firefly series. It's going to take place before the events of the feature film Serenity. So it's basically taking place during the events of the TV series. So yeah, I can live with that. I think it would have been, at this stage, I think it's too late for them to come back and do live action. And I think this is definitely better. And as I said in my previous video about this, I can live with an animated series, an animated Firefly. I think that the live action show was just a perfect little mini series. It was obviously cancelled before its time, but because it was cancelled in its first season, it never overstayed its welcome. It never went downhill. It's just 14 really wonderful episodes, really strong episodes, some great writing, fantastic characters, and a wonderful universe that Joss Whedon built in a relatively truncated amount of time. And then the feature film Serenity, I just think is a wonderful movie. So I think the beauty of an animated show is that for some people, the only canon is the live action version of a TV series, of an IP. And some people don't watch the animated adaptations. There's just sections of fan bases that they don't watch the animated versions of stuff, whether it's Star Trek or Star Wars or Stargate or whatever. They don't watch the animated versions. To some people, it's all about live action. So some of those people might have been worried that Firefly coming back in live action format, it may not have lived up to the original series. And in many cases, when a show comes back after a long hiatus, reboot or whatever, it can be disappointing. Or if it's not good enough, it can sort of undermine the legacy a little bit. And sometimes it is best to just leave well enough alone. We talked earlier about the Buffy revival, which is now not happening. And I think that was a smart move. I don't think Buffy should come back. I think Buffy is done. And I think Firefly in live action format is done as well. But an animated series is kind of a different thing. It kind of lives in a different place. If they've got a good creative team, if they've got good writers, it can work. And certainly there's an audience for more Firefly. But this, I feel, is a nice compromise. It's more Firefly, but it's not Firefly over 20 years later with an older cast and with all of the fan expectation that would come with that. Because a live action version, a live action continuation would have to live up to the legacy of how iconic Firefly as a show has become. And an animated series, there's much less expectation on an animated show. So I think that's a good thing. It's a smart move. So I'll take a look now at this article from Deadline. It's linked below. Nathan Fillion says Firefly animated series in development with co-stars set to reprise roles, concept art revealed. Nathan Fillion has just revealed at AwesomeCon that an animated Firefly series is in advanced development based on the beloved cult sci-fi franchise, and Deadline has the details. Fillion spoke on a panel at the Washington, D.C. event and live taping of his Once We Were Spacemen podcast alongside co-stars Alan Tudyk, Gina Torres, Jules State, Morena Baccarin, Sean Maher, and Summer Glau, all of whom are expected to reprise their roles. Adam Baldwin, who played Jane Cobb, will also lend his voice to the project. The only absence there, obviously, is Ron Glass, who played Shepherd Book, who passed away a few years ago. Presumably, they're going to recast that character with a new actor. So it says the animated reboot is being developed through Fillion's production banner Collision 33 in partnership with 20th Television Animation, which controls the underlying rights to the franchise. Married writing producing team Mark Guggenheim, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Tara Butters, Agent Carter Reaper are attached to serve as showrunners, and a script has been completed Joss Whedon, who created the original series, is not involved in the animated project. Now, some fans are going to be disappointed with Joss Whedon's absence from the project. I certainly don't think a live-action continuation would have worked without him. But as I say, it's an animated show, and so I guess expectations might be lower anyway. So yeah, that's going to do it. Firefly is back. Look, there's going to be some people who are going to be disappointed that it's not a live-action adaptation, a live-action reboot, but yeah, I just don't think that would have lived up to expectations. I don't think it would have lived up to the original series and Serenity. And yeah, so I think really you're getting the next best thing. And, you know, the other positive I would say is because this is a prequel, because this is taking place before Serenity, you know, in that movie, Wash and Book were both killed off. This means that both of those characters can appear in this show. Obviously, Alan Tudyk, who played Wash, is coming back. So all of the characters from the original series can return. But like I say, obviously, if they're going to bring back Book, they're going to have to recast that character. Now, obviously, I hope this project is successful. I wish it the very best of luck, and I hope it's a faithful addition to the franchise that really satisfies longtime Firefly fans. But, and this is a positive, because animated shows often exist in a slightly different canonical space in people's heads, if this turns out to not be great or, you know, disappointing, then it just sort of becomes that animated adaptation that didn't work out. The original live-action canon remains intact and unsullied, whereas if this were a subpar live-action continuation, it might have undermined Firefly's legacy a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's worth thinking about. I think that's worth thinking about. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this. Are you looking forward to this new animated Firefly series? I'll wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Dave Cullen Show channel. Remember to hit the notification bell to be notified of future updates on the channel as well. Hit that like button. Please share the video out there. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.